starting.
So how do you work as a futurist?
Yeah. So tell us, what is. How do you get started with futurism and thinking like having this futurist mindset, and what can it give students? Yeah.
First of all, you have to look for not status quo and what is disappearing, but transformation, new waves entering society, which is going to change the way we live, interact, do business. That's when your alarm clock should go, wait, here is my future business opportunity, rather than this is scary. So I had some people on a course in January, 27th of January to be precise. I had two scenarios. One, because that day in the newspaper you had the Chinese flag. It had been reinvented with COVID-19 bacteria. And the other scenario, which was that we're now entering a huge economic recession. Factories are closing down in Wuhan. And I asked these people doing this futurist course with me, so which one is going to have this big transformation power where the water is really changing, the waves are changing? And they all said, the Chinese flag, First of all, it's about me, it's about Denmark. China has finally noticed Denmark. It's like the Muhammad drawings, like we have right now, actually coming from France. So it was a very emotional thing. And I couldn't get them to talk about the Wuhan and the economic recession. And I actually spoke to one of them in Kolding yesterday, and she was like, we should have listened more carefully. Yeah. And so I guess that's where the futurist part come in, because then you have to say, okay, so if this is happening, how am I going to reorganize my business?
But why do you think that they didn't? Why do you think that they were?
Because they keep looking to the past and saying, I have this queue and I have that queue, so I know how we deal with the Muhammad drawings, so that's easier for me. Okay. So moving out to this pattern of unknown, I think one very important thing, you shouldn't do it alone, because it's really scary, because you have to move out of your comfort zone. For sure, you don't have the competences at the moment. So that's really where you need to go into a dialogue with other people, saying, so what might come out of this? So let me give you another example. I had, during this American election, we have all this discussion of deep fake videos. They can record my face, and afterwards CBS can, get me to say anything I didn't say, just using this video recording, basically. And I think, interesting, exciting. That's rule number one. When you want to work as a futurist, you always say, interesting, exciting. Please repeat after me. Interesting, exciting. You put your hands into it. Interesting, exciting. Not whether it's good or not with these deep fakes. Yeah. You just say, okay, so where can I get the app? Where can I play around with it? Because it is gonna come no matter what. And then I realized, this is fantastic, I can film myself in the afternoon when I have nice hair, nice makeup, and I just put that video on when I speak to Australia at 7 o'clock in the morning. I always seem really bright and alert. So I had another thing with these chatbots coming where I'm like, what will happen? We'll have a feedback crisis with Amazon and chatbots. We won't search anymore using Google's. In 2023, everybody's going to talk to these bots rather than talking to people. We'll have a feedback crisis. And I speak to this business in Australia who's actually doing these chatbots, and they say, you're completely wrong. This is so interesting, exciting. We're moving into India now. A lot of people can't write in India. Suddenly we are democratizing information and studies for them. So, the future has many opportunities. Again, it's the intention that is so important. What is your intention when you look into the future? Then say interesting, exciting. Don't go there on your own. You need to have somebody holding on to you to feel secure. And but then this is where the future business lies. So.
I mean, it sounds like you're saying the future is coming no matter what. Other people might say, the robots are coming. We need to have a basic income for everybody because there are not going to be enough jobs. And I hear from you, there's always going to be new opportunities. Robots will come in and they'll write the short news stories. That news journalist writer, he can do something even better, right? So that's an interesting perspective, right? There's always opportunity and change.
We are held back by the fact that we're always double scared of what we're going to lose compared to what we're going to get. So I'll give you an example.
Loss aversion.
Yeah, exactly. So Edward Budding, he, I don't know who he, do you know who he was?
No idea.
No. Okay. He actually created the lawnmower.
Okay.
Before his existence, people were cutting grass, maybe 10 people to cut a field of grass. And people say, oh no, now Edward Budding is creating this lawnmower. What are we going to do with all the people who are cutting the grass?
Yeah.
And they didn't have the imaginative power to say, hey, we're going to use that for lawns for football, for soccer, for golf, for tennis. We'll have our Wimbledon. There are so many people employed in the grass business today. It's much, much bigger than the years before when people were cutting grass, like this. And that's a whole point. We don't have the imagination that we're going to have so many longings, so many needs, and we will still need the human touch in the future. So you need to take whatever technologies are out there, but make sure that you understand that we'll have so many opportunities coming into this. Yeah. So just looking at this working apart together situation, so crazy that we can't have eye contact at Zoom. When is somebody fixing that, There are so many things. So as soon as we do something new, it's like the Hydra's head. 10 new business opportunities are emerging. Yeah. I'll leave you an article with new jobs that you could take on.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be great to share. We're just in our last minute. We're going to end in about 50 seconds. In this last 45 seconds, if you had somebody who was thinking, I'm either going to get a job with Novo or I'm going to go out and create my own job, what would you say to them? What would be the number one thing that you'd ask them to consider?
I would say do both.
Yeah, okay.
And make sure you have the right intention. Try to think about, so where would I like to see myself? What do I like doing? And where is there new opportunities? Go for these transformations in societies, because whenever we change our behavior, there are new cracks and new business opportunities opening. And if you are in any doubt, I can't give one answer to everybody. I think we will have a society where one size will not fit all. We have a lot of different sizes. We'll have hybrid workforces. So it's going to be fantastic if you put yourself into it, if you have your own intentions, and then be very good at asking for help. That's the number one good advice.
So ask for help. Go out there, find your peers. Thank you so much, Liselotte. It was fantastic, so interesting. And now we're going to go on a little break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, I think. We'll see you all then.